Hello everyone, today I want to talk to the warriors who have been underestimated, disrespected and doubted. We've all had moments where someone tried to break us with words, with manipulation, or just sheer audacity. And our first instinct to react. But let me tell you something I've learned through experience, through battles both personal and public. You don't need to react to everything. You need to protect your peace. When someone shows you who they really are, especially when it's toxic, abusive, or draining, you don't owe them drama. You don't owe them energy. What you owe is loyalty to yourself. Let's break it down. We often mistake silence for weakness, but silence, when used with intention, is one of the most powerful tools we have. It's not about ignoring or suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. In a world where everyone is quick to react, to post, to lash out, choosing silence shows unmatched emotional maturity. It's a conscious decision to not let someone else's behavior pull you into a storm you didn't create. When someone disrespects you, insults you, or tries to provoke a reaction, your silence communicates what words often cannot. It says, asterisk, you don't deserve my energy. Asterisk, it draws a clear boundary without escalating the conflict. Because the moment you respond emotionally, you give away your power. You let them know they've affected you. Silence, on the other hand, leaves them guessing. It protects your dignity, keeps your peace intact, and lets your actions speak louder than any comeback ever could. It also gives you time to reflect, to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. In silence, there's clarity. You begin to see what truly matters and what doesn't deserve a second thought. It empowers you to walk away, not out of fear or defeat, but out of confidence in your worth. People remember how you handled chaos without crumbling. That's true strength. Choosing not to react immediately is not passive, it's strategic. It's an assertion of control over your emotions, your space, and your life. So the next time someone tries to shake your spirit, remember, your silence isn't the absence of strength, it's the presence of power. The calmest person in the room always holds the most control, and you don't need noise to prove your worth. Your silence says it all. In life, we're constantly tested, not just by events, but by people who challenge our patience, dignity, and self-control. And in those moments, it's easy to react, to lash out, to match their energy. But true power lies not in reacting, but in mastering your emotions. Emotional mastery doesn't mean you don't feel pain, anger, or frustration. It means you choose how to respond, rather than letting those emotions control you. When someone says something cruel or disappointing, your immediate emotional reaction is often impulsive. That impulse can lead to regret, words you can't take back, actions that damage your peace. But when you pause, breathe, and assess, you give yourself the space to respond with clarity instead of chaos. That's emotional strength, not suppressing how you feel, but knowing when, how, and if you should respond at all. The strongest people are not those who shout the loudest, but those who know when silence is the smarter move. They don't let others dictate their mood or energy. They don't allow toxic behavior to rent space in their minds. Instead, they protect their peace fiercely, because they know their emotional well-being is too valuable to be sacrificed for the sake of being right. Mastering your emotions is not just a skill, it's a superpower. It puts you in control. It means you're not easily manipulated, baited, or broken. And most importantly, it means your happiness no longer depends on how others treat you, but on how you treat yourself. The world honors those who keep their composure under pressure, because it shows strength, confidence, and deep self-awareness. When you master your emotions, you master your life. And no one, no situation can steal that from you. There's a common belief that walking away means giving up, that it's a sign of defeat or weakness. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Walking away is one of the strongest, most courageous decisions you can make, because it takes strength to let go of what no longer serves you. It's not about quitting. It's about choosing yourself over chaos, over disrespect, and over situations that drain your spirit. Staying in toxic relationships, jobs, or friendships just to prove a point or avoid judgment keeps you stuck. People often stay because they fear being seen as the one who couldn't handle it. But in reality, handling something doesn't mean enduring endless pain. It means recognizing your limits, your worth, and your boundaries. Walking away means you've finally realized you don't need to beg for respect, attention, or love. You don't need to explain yourself endlessly or fight to be understood by those who refuse to see you. You deserve peace, growth, and alignment, not tension and emotional survival. It's not an easy choice. It requires facing the fear of the unknown, of starting over, of solitude. But the moment you take that step, you regain control. You take your power back from the people or places that never truly valued you. Strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to get up, close the door, and never look back. It's knowing your energy is sacred and choosing not to waste it trying to fix what's already broken beyond repair. Walking away isn't weakness, it's self-respect in motion, and anyone who's ever done it knows it's not surrender. It's freedom. Your energy is your currency, more valuable than time, more precious than money. Every thought you entertain, every person you engage with, every situation you give your attention to is an investment. The question is, are you investing in something that grows you or something that drains you? Too often, we waste our energy trying to fix people who don't want to change, explaining ourselves to those committed to misunderstanding us, or staying in environments that exhaust us emotionally and mentally. And every time we do, we deplete a part of ourselves that could have been used to build, create, or heal. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not every argument is worth your voice. Not every invitation deserves a yes. When you start treating your energy as a limited resource, you become intentional about where it goes, and more protective of who gets it. You don't chase, beg, or overextend, you align. There is peace in being selective. In choosing rest over proving a point, in deciding not to respond to negativity because you know your energy is better spent elsewhere, on your goals, your growth, your joy. Hi Val, you people know that not everything requires a reaction. Sometimes the best move is to conserve your power and walk away with grace. Preserving your energy is not selfish, it's self-preservation. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot thrive while constantly catering to chaos. When you learn to prioritize yourself, everything shifts. You attract better, think clearer, and move smarter. Every day, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, protect your peace. Because once your energy is gone, it's gone. So spend it where it's valued, where it's reciprocated, and where it builds the life you truly deserve. When someone hurts you, doubts you, or underestimates you, the natural urge is to strike back, to prove them wrong with words, confrontation, or even bitterness. But real revenge isn't loud. It's not about getting even. It's about rising. The best revenge is not telling them they were wrong. It's showing them through the life you build without them. Reinvention is a silent, powerful response. It's taking the pain they caused and using it as fuel to transform yourself. To level up, to become someone so evolved, so focused, so unshakably grounded that their actions no longer affect you. You stop trying to explain yourself, to be understood, or to gain validation from people who were never meant to support you in the first place. They expect you to break. They expect you to stay the same. Instead, you grow. You evolve into the version of yourself that they didn't see coming. The version they helped shape through their betrayal, dismissal, or cruelty. And that transformation becomes undeniable. That's the sweetest, most poetic kind of revenge, a glow-up so real, you don't even need to speak. Reinvention isn't about pretending. It's about healing, doing the inner work, and choosing to rise above. It's about redirecting your energy from resentment to progress. When you focus on building your own peace, success, and happiness, you take your power back. You remind yourself, and the world, that you are not defined by anyone's opinion, actions, or abandonment. So don't react, don't chase closure, don't look back, get better, smarter, stronger, reinvent yourself so unapologetically that the people who tried to break you no longer recognize the person you've become. That's not revenge fueled by anger, it's redemption crafted by growth, and that kind of revenge, it lasts forever. There's something incredibly powerful about a person who knows their limits and isn't afraid to enforce them. Setting boundaries isn't cold, rude, or selfish. It's an act of self-respect, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. When you draw a line and say, "This is what I will and will not allow in my life," you're not being difficult, you're protecting your peace. And there's nothing more royal than that. People often feel guilty for saying no or distancing themselves from toxic situations. But the truth is, boundaries are not walls to keep others out. They're gates to guard what matters most: your energy, your mental health, and your values. Not everyone deserves unrestricted access to you. Not everyone should be allowed to speak into your life, criticize your path, or disrupt your emotional balance. Royalty doesn't argue with everyone. It doesn't beg for understanding or tolerate disrespect. It simply commands a certain level of behavior by the standards it upholds. In the same way, when you move through life with boundaries, you carry yourself with quiet authority. You show others how to treat you, not with demands, but with consistency. And here's the truth: people who benefit from your lack of boundaries will be the first to resist when you set them. That's not a reason to retreat. That's confirmation that you're finally stepping into your power. Boundaries teach others what's acceptable, but more importantly, they teach **you** that your well-being comes first. You don't owe everyone access. You don't have to explain yourself endlessly. You just have to know what you need and honor it, without apology. Because that's not arrogance, that's royalty, and royalty doesn't entertain everything. It preserves its peace, protects its space, and never forgets its worth.